Hello, guys. How are you all doing today? Thank you for coming in, tuning in with me. On today, we're going to be talking about this stimulus. Did anybody get their check? That's what I want to know. I want you to drop me some comments and let me know if you received your check, your stimulus check, as of December the 29th. The IRS actually start sending out checks to individuals. As you know, they approved a bill where the American people can receive $600 for adults and $600 for eligible dependents. Okay. Now, the eligible dependents is going to be ages 16 and below. I know the last bill, they missed all of the dependents that were 17 and above. And this time they doing it also. Now, I know they have on their schedule to actually start implementing and putting another bill in place for maybe in January or March. So hopefully they will have those dependents ages 17 and above. But as I mentioned on yesterday, tell your dependents that's ages 17 and above to go on to irs.gov as in Victor and fill in the non-filer information. It's a possibility they can get a stimulus through that route, okay? But as I mentioned before, the IRS is not up as of now. They're doing all of their updates. So therefore, you are not able to go into the IRS and use any of those tools until January the 4th. Now, I know you're going to be inboxing me saying, hey, this does not work. And that's going to be the reason why it's not working. IRS website is down until, not the full website, but those tools that you need to actually check the status on your stimulus check will not be up and running until January the 4th. Okay. So tell that dependent that's ages 17 and above to go onto their website and actually put in their information for non-filer. Not exactly sure if that's going to work, but it's a shot because they're not giving $600 stimulus for dependents ages 17 and above. Okay. And it's $600 for each adult. So married, filing joint, that's where two people are on a tax return, you're going to automatically get the $1,200. That's $600 a piece. And then if you have a qualified dependent, ages 16 and below on the tax return, you're going to receive $600 for that dependent. Okay. Now, the income qualifications in order to receive the full amount of the stimulus is $75,000 for single and head of the household. Okay, so head of the household is a single adult with dependents. Okay, married, filing joint, that is two adults automatically. It'll be $1,200, and then $600 if you have two dependents. That's another $1,200. Okay. If you have three dependents on that tax return, that's $1,800. So you're going to get $1,200 plus $1,800. That's married, filing joint with three dependents. Okay. Married, filing separate, you will be receiving $600. Okay. Now, even if you have a dependent on that tax return, you will be receiving that $600 also for that dependent. Head of the household, same thing, $600 for the adults. And then the number of dependents, you will be times that $600 for each of those qualified dependents under the age of 16. Okay, 16 and below. Okay. All right. Now, if you do not receive your direct deposit by the end of January, now they are sending out checks, the stimulus checks, to individuals with direct deposit information on file with the IRS as of when you filed your last tax return or when you received your last stimulus. If they have your direct deposit information, they're going to use that information and deposit your stimulus check according to that information they have on file. Now, if they do not have the correct information for you and you do not receive your stimulus by the end of January, you can claim your stimulus when you get your taxes done. Now, I know a couple of years back when they did a rebate, people would come in and say, hey, I didn't get that I think it was $500 at that time, and say, okay, you didn't get it. We marked the button that you didn't get it. But when it was time for you to get that refund, they saw in the system that you did receive that rebate, and then your refund was less than $500 once it came in. Okay, so if you do not get your stimulus, they're gonna know. If you do get your stimulus, they're gonna know. So when you do your tax return and you did not receive your stimulus, just let that tax preparer know. It's going to be something in the system that she can answer that question that you did not receive it. You will receive it. It will show up on your tax return as a rebate, a recovery rebate credit. And it's going to be for the amount of $600 or more if you have dependence on that tax return. That goes for also if you did not receive the the one that we received in March, the first stimulus. If you did not receive that, when you get your taxes done, that's how you're going to get that stimulus, the first stimulus. Now, you can receive the stimulus that they're giving now by direct deposit or whatever, but you can't receive the first one. It's too late to receive the first one if you did not receive it, okay? But you can receive it when you do your taxes. It's going to be the 2000 and I believe it's going to be called the 2019 recovery rebate for $600. Okay, no, for $1,200 because we was getting $1,200 that first stimulus. So you should be able to receive that on your tax return. I'm gonna repeat that again. If you did not receive your first stimulus and you was eligible for it, you can receive it on the tax return that you're going to be processing this year. Well, next year for 2020, because you do your tax return for 2020, but in 2021, okay? And you should receive that stimulus of $1,200 on that tax return. Now, that's the first stimulus. The second stimulus, if you don't receive it by the end of January, you can receive that also, okay? But they are mailing out stimulus checks as of today. Direct deposit started last night. If you do not receive your direct deposit by the end of January, look to receive it on your tax return. If you receive the check of your stimulus the first time, you're going to either receive a check this time or you're going to receive the debit card, the IRS FinNet debit card. Now, I actually have a card. And the reason why I have this card here, and I want to show it to you. So if you receive one of these cards the first time with your stimulus on it, it's not going to be on there this time. They're going to send you a new card. So this card, don't throw it away because right now the IRS is saying that you will receive a new card. So just hold on to it, but don't expect for your stimulus to be on here, okay? So, and if you receive the card like this and you know what it was, your stimulus is still on that card. And as I mentioned before, when they were talking about sending these out, even this time, if you know an elderly person and they usually don't get this type of card or anything in the mail, when they get it, they're going to think it's fraudulent. So you might want to tell them if they get this card, this is where their stimulus is. Their stimulus is on this card and they can take it to the bank and actually get the money off the card and use what they're normally used to using, okay? So if you got your stimulus on this card the first time, it's going to come on a card, but it won't be this card. So they're not going to reload this card. They're going to send you a new card, okay? So just remember that. Okay. Another thing is, as you know, when the first stimulus went out, if you did a bank product, we had issues with the money going to the taxpayer through the bank product company. All right. Now, we work with Republic Bank. We received a notice today saying that since their system has been updated for the upcoming new year, they don't have the information in there from the last year. So if the money comes to your tax preparer through the bank product, it's going to be sent back to the IRS, and then they're going to send it out. So don't call your tax preparer looking for that money, because it's not going to be there. Okay? All right. So now I had some questions about Social Security. If you're on Social Security, SSI disability, which is Social Security disability, or Veteran Administration, you receive a monthly check. You have to do nothing. You don't have to do anything. You should receive that benefit in your stimulus check, where you're usually getting your deposit for your benefits. Okay? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do a non-filer form inside the IRS. Just wait for it to show up in the same account that you receive your monthly benefits in. Okay. Now, I had a question where hopefully the lady is listening, that her parent is in a nursing home and he gets Social Security. So my question for her, which she didn't say, is if you're in a nursing home, I believe they actually get the Social Security amount. So if that's the case, that's a whole different situation. Okay. But if she's still getting Social Security, the Social Security is coming to her as the power of attorney, she should receive that in the account. If she does not, she will probably have to reach out to the IRS once they're open to the stimulus line and let them know what's going on and see where that stimulus check is at. Okay. I believe that is it for today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with Miss Jackson here with the latest stimulus update. We're going to have some more information for us, the grants and the PPP. So just stay tuned. I will be back to give you more update on that. Also, if you're for unemployment, they did decide to give the unemployment people that's receiving unemployment additional $300. So if you're on unemployment and you were still getting benefits, you will be getting the additional $300 stacked on top of your state unemployment. Now, if you was getting unemployment and your funds ran out, go back and reapply, because these are federal funds, and these funds are available for people that have sole proprietorship, which is self-employed, receive income by cash. But remember, they want to see a tax return. Now they are verifying. The first time the stimulus came out, it was moving really fast. They did not require people to send in supporting documents. They start paying out this money, but now I'm hearing that the unemployment departments are verifying identity to make sure that this money is going to who it's supposed to go to. So if you have an issue with your local unemployment office asking for some documentation of who you are and maybe even your income, that is why, because they had so many fraudulent things going on. So you want to make sure on your tax return that you file this information on your Schedule C for sole proprietorship. Okay. So if they're asking for a tax return, that's the only sheet they really need. They need to see your income from your business, and it's going to be called a Schedule C. On that Schedule C, you're going to have your gross amount of how much you made in that business for the year. That is what they're going to be needing. And that will be what they will be needing. Also, if you fill out for the EIDL loan and grant. And when I say EIDL loan, when you apply for that, you're applying for the grant all at the same time. So it's 2 in 1. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Please follow for the next updates. Just click the follow button. And when I go live, you will be notified. Thank you.